What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to review Intel's ultimate budget processor, which is Pentium Gold G5400, and its performance in 2019. But before that, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below, and thank you for watching. Now, this bad boy came out back in second quarter of 2018, which makes it about a year old at this point. And it featured 2 cores and 4 threads, base clock of 3.7 gigahertz, 4 megs cache, and 58 watt TDP. And it also retailed at $59.99, which made it the ultimate budget processor at its time because of its similar performance to an i3-8100, but only at half the price. This was really a no-brainer. But unfortunately, this thing flew off the shelf so quickly that many of us may not even know such chip existed. This is the first Pentium that featured 4 threads, and it really performed well for its price point. But because of that, as it disappeared really fast, you weren't able to buy this anymore at its original base price of $60 and skyrocketed to like $100. And at that point, some of you guys might not be even interested anymore because of its price point. Maybe you'll go for a used i3 instead. But I held off and waited, and I finally was able to score this bad boy recently for its original retail price. And that's why I wanted to do a full review and its gaming performance in 2019. Now stay tuned and let me show you the rest of this build, which is price pointed at only $300, and see how well it does in modern games in 2019. Okay, now let me go over the parts that I used for this build, which only cost around $300 US. So let's start with the processor, which is the Pentium Gold G5400, which was only $60, paired with the Asus Prime B360M-A motherboard, which is only $40. So a total of $100 for a processor and a CPU combo. Next is the graphics card, which is the XFX Radeon RX 570 4GB version, which only cost $61, shipped from eBay. Now let me go over this graphics card for everybody who's on the budget out there. This may be the best graphics card for a budget build because of its price point and performance. You're still able to play a lot of the modern games from high to ultra settings on 1080p with decent frame rates. And there's really nothing out there, new or used, that could compete at this price point of $60 to $80. You should be able to find this at eBay or a local Craigslist. So next I'm gonna move to the case that I use for this build, which is Coolermaster Masterbox Lite 3.1, and it only cost me $35. Definitely one of the better budget cases on the market in my opinion. It's very easy to work with and it looks great, and you know, there's really nothing for this price point on the market there, so definitely recommend this case. Next I'm gonna go over the RAM that I used, which was a 16 gig kit of 2 sticks of 8 gig each, 3000 megahertz. Only ran me about $50. My only regret for this build, I wish I could have spent more money for the RGB, and it would really bring out the look of this build. But you know, it's really up to you. I wanted to keep the budget down, but I think for like 30-40 more bucks you spend, you can get 2 nice sticks of 8 of RGB. But you know, it's really up to you. Next I used a generic Samsung 128 gig M.2 drive, which I purchased on eBay for only 20 bucks, and it really does its job. It's nothing fancy. It's not one of those new NVMe 3.0 PCI ones, but it's still pretty fast. I think its speed is like 500 megs, so both ways, so it's plenty for this build. Again, I just wanted to keep the budget down. For the power supply, I chose this used Corsair CX500M semi-modular 500 watt power supply, 80 plus bronze rated, and it was only 25 bucks. And it's really a good power supply. It looks good, it's easy to work with because of the modular cables, and it really brings out the nice look to this build. For the aesthetics, I purchased this 3 fan kit on eBay for only 15 bucks. These are generic red LED ring style 120mm fans, which work really good and makes the case stand out. Also, I purchased a red LED strip on the bottom, as you can see here. That was only like 4 bucks from eBay. So really, there's a lot of room to play with here, and you might go cheaper on some parts and maybe even be able to build this even cheaper than I did. But I think $300 is a really good price point for this kind of performance. Now basically all there is left to do is to see how well it performs in today's modern games, so stay tuned.
On se sent minuscule face à la guerre. Une autre foule prête à se faire écraser. Mais moi, je me répétais tout le temps. Non, pas moi. Je suis d'aimer. Je suis d'aimer. Et Dieu me viendra en aide. First day. Son of a bitch. What the? Asshole.
They must have seen the train coming. I should have known. Those fucking twins, Mickey and Lou. The first time I saw them, those fucking twins. My dad tried to fight, so they took him. Then they took the house. My mom and I were forced to start over on our own. We weren't their only victims, but my mom managed to bring survivors together, and we all tried to build a place for peace. That was too close.
That's not funny! Don't do that! You better not hit me again! Enough of that!
There's a tunnel up there that leads to Ho County. The highwaymen are blocking our way in. We're gonna need some firepower. Let's keep moving. That old 9 when I left to get help. There's a workbench inside. You can use it to build a weapon. Rush was supposed to be the final piece so that we could finally fight back. Now, we're from. I'm sorry. fucking people. I promise. I'll figure out a way to make this right. There's that workbench I told you about. Rush said you were resourceful, so let's build something.
This is Commander Rourke. Dominguez wants confirmation Croft is here. You have the photo. Female, Caucasian, early 20s. You got that? Good. They'll find her.
Don't worry. Go.
The readings at the site are unlike anything we've ever seen.
It's the key to our next phase.
If this is it, we'll be ready.
Jonah, they've entered the dig site. It's fenced off and there's a guard at the gate. I'll find another way in.
I found a good spot. I'll watch the perimeter.
Far enough out of earshot. No, please, don't make this harder than it needs to be.
Would you get it over with already? They want us back.
Any final... Wait. I'm
a government official. I'm supposed to be it.
Not anymore, Mr. Lead Archaeologist. Your employment has been terminated.
Please, no. I have money.
Jonah, Trinity just tried to kill a local archaeologist.
Oh God.
I have to find what they're looking for.
This is Commander Rourke. All teams, get ready for Operation Blackout.
I know this thing. Got to make my way down. Okay, this should work. All right.
This is Commander Rourke. I want the site secured ASAP. When Dr. Dominguez arrives, we all go in together. All units, get ready. Dr. Dominguez is on his way down.
Damn, we better hurry. I've got this. The statue is looking at that cave. This is it. Jonah, I'm entering a cave. We may lose contact.
Copy that. I'll keep an eye on Trinity out here.
This cave looks like it's usually underwater.
At the location. No hostile presence.
Understood. Almarena's house is just up the beach. Our intel indicates that she and her team are laying low, most likely planning the militia's next strike.
Reynard is one of the Shadow Client's top lieutenants. And yet she's not a target.
Not yet, anyway. She's no doubt high on our client's list, but for now, it's information we seek. Infiltrate the house and get us a lead on the Shadow Client. Up for some B&E, 47.
On my way. bodies. Male and female. Early 30s. Executed.
I see them. Poor bastards. Looks like Reynard's grisly handiwork, all right. She was never shy about collateral damage.
The owners.
Don't think so. The house is registered to a non-existing environmental NGO. This feels more like identity theft. Like you, Reynard is known to use disguises. Keep looking, 47. Nothing we can do for these people now. .47. That computer. See if you can't access it. Encrypted. Assuming there's a key, Reynard wouldn't just leave it lying around. Wait. According to the floor plan, the room you're in should be a lot bigger. There might be a concealed space behind the wall. Check for hidden panels, 47. Appears Reynard's cell is launching another strike. Those are sewer maps of a residential area in Wellington. Well, there's nothing we can do about it now. Our priority is the shadow client. Here we go. For the office computer, no doubt.
I'm in.
Hurry. I'm detecting movement up the road. A motorcade, possibly Reynard's.
Uploading the data.
Hold on. Receiving it now. Nothing on the shadow client or the other cells. No names, no aliases. I doubt she even knows.
It's 4-6. 4 cents.